Welcome to another episode of Conversations with the Fly Aunt. I am the Fly Aunt, Ebony Ivory, and we have the Fly Daughter in the building. Introduce yourself.
I'm SaNyah. I'm the Fly Daughter, and I'm just here so I don't get fined.
I don't know exactly what that means, guys. She's just here so she doesn't get fined. However, on today's episode, Happy New Year's! Another trip around the sun, and we are here. We're going to get into some ideas for all of our New Year's resolution.
Yes, ma'am.
Are we giving Supremes? We got hand gestures going on. Are we giving Supremes?
We're giving Vogue, honey.
Ow.
Just giving face. The
Face.
category is face. The category is body.
Face, body, card approved, because the face cards don't decline.
Never.
Baby.
It's Amex.
Heavy metal MX.
Okay, the one that you drop and it's like a ting, 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 ting. Yeah, that one.
All right, so we are going to stop. That's the part of our New Year's resolutions, just loving on ourselves more and giving compliments to ourselves. So clock it. There you go. You already got one in the books that you can start. Doesn't cost you a dime. Loving on yourselves a little more. So tell us about some of your New Year's resolutions.
Okay, my biggest New Year's resolution for this year is going to be finances. So I came up with a plan, and I want to really save more money this year. I want to hone in on saving more money and separating my money so I know what's going in, what's going out. So I know some people have heard of like the 50-30-20 rule.
Okay.
So it's going to be something similar, but instead for me, I'm going to do the 50-40-10 rule.
Could you tell us what the rule is
Yes.
for those of us that may not know?
Yes. So what it is that 50% of whatever you get paid automatically goes to just bills.
Okay.
50% just for bills. 40 can go to leisure and other things. 10% goes to your savings. So people do the same thing, but they do 50-30-20. So they'll do 50 towards bills, 30% for leisure, 20% for savings.
Well, you can tell she getting that good old ICU money because her leisure is going to be 40%.
Yeah, I need a vacation, y'all. I'm sorry.
People like, damn, 40% for leisure?
40% for leisure. Yes, y'all. I got to go on a vacation, honey.
I know that's
You got to
right.
treat yourself. That's another New Year's resolution is treating yourself, taking care of yourself, self-care. Like sometimes working is good, having income is good, but sometimes you have to take a break from that. You have to just reset, put a pause on all of that, take a break. Me, what I love to do, I love to travel. So I guess my New Year's resolution is I've traveled state to state this year. I'm going out the country.
Period.
Out the country. And we're going to exotic places, baby. We're going to Japan. We're going to Thailand. We're going to Bali.
All right, y'all heard it here first. The Fly Daughter is flying out the country. Let's
I'm
get
telling
it.
you, we're going to get fly out there too.
Oh, I could come. I've been invited. I feel like I'm in your close friends.
Do you?
Not really.
Yeah, okay.
All right. So for myself, I am a lady of a particular age and I'm getting older. So my resolution going forward is to intake less sugar.
That's good. That's a good resolution.
Thank you. So I'm working at taking less sugar. So I've been looking into it, like natural sugar alternatives, and just, there's date sugar, there's monk fruit. There's all type of different types of sugar. So you can try to lower the intake of sugar. For me, I love a nice peppermint tea with
You do.
two tablespoons. Yes, Auntie said it. 2 tablespoons of sugar. And I'm a lady of a particular age, and I'm just trying to move forward towards a healthier lifestyle overall. So that's one of my resolutions. What about you?
I think that's really good to piggyback off of that resolution because a few years ago, somebody told me that sugar can be an addiction. And once you start cutting back on that sugar, you're not going to go back. Like, I heard that it's really hard to go back. Just like when people stop eating red meat and they try to go back, I think it's the same with sugar. So I think that's really good.
I hope so, honey.
I hope so, girl.
Because I'm trying to look snatched over the summer girls. All right. So another thing that I'm learning as I'm getting older, and, not even older, more seasoned.
Okay.
Spring rain, catch it.
Little Lorries.
Yes. You want to start to focus on getting more rest. You know, we're filming this podcast, you know, even though, you know, we put our makeup on and stuff like that, being well rested
is important.
It has an effect on your state of mind, how your brain functions. So being well rested is really, really important. And I want to focus more on, you know, being rejuvenated.
Yes.
Okay.
Rest and rejuvenation. Okay.
So that's another resolution for myself. What about you?
Another resolution that I'm working on right now is advancing my career. So I want to start working on getting a certification for the specialty that I work in. And I want to start pushing, going to like, you know, a bigger hospital, getting more experience. I want to just do more. I feel like, okay, I learned what I learned. I'm one of those people, I'm always wanting to learn. Like, I want to learn more. I want to know more. I want to see more. So that's my goal for this year, is definitely to put myself out there more and try new things. And, you know, sometimes it's no risk without reward. So
Tell them again.
No risk without reward.
In addition to that, so growing and developing into your career paths. That's another resolution. You could be doing perfectly fine financially, but, you know, there's nothing wrong with expanding upon that.
And doing more.
And creating another stream of income for yourself, maybe with your passions on the side. That's for sure. And I also want to say this, you know, a lot of people you hear will say that they're just going to do the minimum, just enough to get by, you know, that kind of thing. I want to just give you a friendly auntie reminder that doing the minimum doesn't garner you maximum results.
It doesn't.
So if you're putting the minimum out into the atmosphere, you're only going to get the minimum back. Okay? I just want to tell you that tidbit. All right. So another thing I want you guys to get into, it's a new year. You and the nurse will attest to this. What's up with your annual checkup? What's up with your health? What's up with them labs? Come on. I don't hear y'all, especially to my men, because you guys are known statistically for not going to the doctor. Okay? Please put your annual health checkup on your list. You know, some companies, they offer like free blood work that you can actually get once a year. And some of them have rewards programs. Like if you go and get your blood work, they'll give you $50 to $75. And yes, blood work is expensive, $400. So if your company offers that, take advantage of it and get your annual checkup. What do you think, you know, because you are a nurse, what do you think? Tell people how, you know, getting an annual checkup could help them.
So one thing that I see in my specialty all the time is that, and I have multiple people that can attest to this, they always say, I came to the hospital for one thing, but now I'm here for something else. That's what it always is I came here because my stomach was hurting, but now I'm here because I can't breathe. You probably couldn't breathe for a while. And you didn't really realize that you couldn't breathe for a while, and we noticed. I honestly suggest not even just the annual, if you can afford it, if you have insurance that can cover that, go to the doctor at least twice a year. Twice a year if able, maybe once at the top, once in the summer. For men, go and get your annual, get your STD panel, get your prostate exam. That is so important. Prostate cancer is running rampant, especially in African American community. We have the highest rates of prostate cancer in men. For women, what I suggest is STD panel, get your annual checkup. If you're eligible for a pap smear, get a pap smear, get your breast exams, especially if breast cancer runs in your family or any type of cancer runs in your family. Get that checked out. If you have heart disease that runs in your family, get that checked out. Just be mindful. If something feels weird, it's weird. You know you better than you know you. Look into it. Get those labs ran, because you will be surprised what will pop up on your labs if you haven't been to the doctor in a while.
All right. That was the Nurse SaNyah corner. She letting y'all know, get to the PCP, primary care physician, and get your labs taken.
Okay. I don't play about education. The A in SaNyah stands for advocacy, okay?
All right. And for this year, I want you guys to build an emergency fund. If you look towards our financial literacy episode that I had Naja Costin on, we talked about having an emergency fund. So it's no time like the present. If you don't have an emergency fund, this year is the year to start. For me, myself, what I do is out of my check, I take a certain percentage and I get that percentage in coins, quarters, a roll of quarters, and that's my emergency fund. I'm not digging through no quarters if I'm trying to spend a little something. So that's what I do. You can do the envelope thing. I see people have like envelopes and smart money saves and all of that. But whatever you do, have an emergency fund. Ready to go and start getting in that mindset of, in case there's an emergency, I need to be able to have this cash, because a lot of people are not in a situation where they have credit cards available if something happens.
To piggyback off of that too, like I know for me, I had a really hard time saving money. So if your job allows it, when you do set up like your checking, you can split it up. So you can do like 90%, 10%, and that automatically goes into your savings, into your emergency fund. So you don't even have to worry about touching it. Or like mom said, like, people do like the envelopes and things like that. I also know someone who said they'll take the back end off their check. So let's say you get paid $856, right? They take that $56 out of that $800, immediately push it to their savings. So now their check is even.
Okay.
So I know some people, they do that, and it's like, oh, that's like that small, that $56, that adds up every time you get paid.
I love that. That's a good idea. Just taking it off the back end. Let's see here. Another one for me is my love language is acts of service. So in addition to that, I like acts of service, so I like to volunteer. Let's pay it forward. Let's get a volunteer event on our list. Volunteering just makes people feel good. You're doing something for others. So I like to see stuff like that, and I like to do acts of service. Like there's, especially for the elderly, like there's Meals on Wheels.
Yeah.
You can just go into a nursing home, maybe do arts and crafts with them, stuff like that. So a resolution is definitely doing a volunteer event, paying it forward, and just making someone else smile,
Yeah. And it's a lot easier to do volunteer events. Like when it's around the holidays, you can volunteer at a soup kitchen. And you don't have to sign up somewhere to do a volunteer event. You can create your own thing. You can make some sandwiches and you can pass it out to the homeless. I know some people who they do blanket drives like around this time since it's cold. So they'll get people to either donate blankets or put money up, and then they'll go to Walmart or like Family Dollar and they'll buy an influx of blankets, and then they'll pass it out to the homeless. You can volunteer at a daycare, even though some people that might be a bit much for them, but you can volunteer at a daycare.
Elder daycares as well.
You can volunteer and you can just help them out for the day. People really appreciate that. They appreciate that effort, especially when people don't get a lot of visits like from their family. Like that one visit from that complete stranger, you can make someone's day doing something like that.
Right. I would also say I want to read more. So a resolution is like getting 10 minutes of reading in every day is something that I would like to do, because I just want to read more. And again, that's just your self-development, your self-growth. Or I mean, if it's a little trashy book, Auntie ain't gonna say nothing, but
you reading.
You reading.
Or even if you like me, it's like, oh, my eyes. You can get an audio book too.
Too.
I love to listen. So I love to like listen to like videos and stuff. So audiobooks are good if you're like me.
Yeah, and in addition to that, I'm in the social media space, so sometimes this is not often that I'm able to do this, but just kind of reducing what I intake on social media, resetting my algorithm, certain things. Like if you're a spender right now and you like online shopping, those ads are coming to you based on the algorithm. So it may be time for you to reset your algorithm on social media, hit not interested on a couple things. You may have to go ahead and start doing that. I would say unsubscribing from emails that's coming your way that's trying to get you to purchase items. Bless you. That's trying to get you to purchase items, hitting the unsubscribe button. In addition to doing that, you may also, you might need to go through that phone book, baby.
Delete some contacts.
clean it up. People
Yeah.
you haven't talked to, people you may not want to talk to anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You may need to go ahead and hit the block button.
It ain't nothing wrong blocking nobody.
Absolutely. These are some ideas for your resolutions. We just want to scratch the surface and just give you guys some thoughts on what you can do to make positive changes. In addition to that, if it's time to let go of some relationships,
you just got let go.
So, hey, listen, tis the season. So, do you have any more resolutions you like to add?
I think another resolution that I'm definitely going to make sure I keep this at the top of my list is spending more time with family. I work a lot. And between me, you, and the boys, we have very, very busy schedules, especially my brothers. My brothers are some very busy young men.
Yes.
So I definitely want to start carving out more time for us to do stuff, whether it's in the house or outside of the house, just spending more quality time together. That's my big thing. I want to spend more time with my family and with my extended family too. I do want to take more time out just to spend time with my peeps.
I'm glad you mentioned that. I think to wrap this one up, I would say doing more family outdoor activities.
Yeah.
We like to go out and get a good meal, but maybe just going on a family walk on a trail or something like that.
Yeah.
I think that'll be super nice. So I am going to bring this episode to a close. I'm going to let Big Naya take us out since she's the co-host. Let's get into it.
Big Naya. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for joining us and watching another episode with the Fly Aunt and the Fly Daughter. I'm SaNyah. I'm your co-host. You can find me on Instagram at ZAAMN.NYY. And we're going to take it back to the Fly Aunt. Where can they find you?
You can find the Fly Aunt on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And also be on the lookout. A New Year's resolution that we have, we're going to do a live stream episode. So you guys get to see us live and in action. So stay on the lookout for that. Auntie loves you. To the next episode. No bars. Bye-bye.